obstetrics and medicine in general had this idea the baby could not be having a real experience.
You can move my hand. He moved it over there, yeah.
When I'm looking through the eyes of love.
Now, one of the things the medical profession, I think, must need learn, and I'm really strong about this, is to really find out about what are the rhythms, what are the tempos that we need to move at so that the babies can flourish and the mom's bodies can function the way they're designed to function. Every mother knows how to give birth. Every baby knows how to birth. Nobody has to go to school to figure it out. And when the medical world, in their own internal rhythm, is going, it's based on an educational system that fosters exhaustion and sleep deprivation. It's not possible for the practitioner to be in themselves enough to come from a truly centered place to really make the kinds of decisions and have the kinds of connection and quality of contact that not just the patient needs or the mother and baby and the family, but the kind of quality of contact and connection that the practitioner needs as well. If this change happens, the way medicine is practiced will change radically. So here's the radical idea, that every practitioner who engages in some way, shape, or form with patients, especially the prenates, mothers, families, partners, that they do the work themselves so they can actually come into attunement with the rhythms that they need to be moving at so they can thrive within themselves and integrate their being as much as they possibly can. When the practitioner does that, doctor, heal thyself. When the practitioner does that, doctor, heal thyself. That person becomes an example and lives the talk. And when that occurs, you don't have to get into compliance issues, because the people, the patients will be inspired to comply because the physician is living the talk. Anyone who has studied anatomy and physiology knows that every basic function of our body is tied into the healthy function of an autonomic nervous system. Inside us, we are rhythmic beings. There are natural rhythms that must occur within the mother and between the mother and the baby for the cooperation that it takes within the mother and the baby for the baby to be born. Now, as soon as a substance is given to create an induction to cause a labor to begin, it interrupts that rhythm. And it interrupts the timing that the baby and the mother would innately come to themselves. Now, when that rhythm is interrupted, and I sit with many, many mothers after births and after challenging births and after induced labors, one of the most common things I hear the mothers say is, like, I lost my connection with myself. I lost my ability to feel my own rhythm. I lost connection with my baby. Okay, so the induction happens, the labor begins. And there might be good medical reasons for it. But through past decades, there's been fads that have occurred where, labor has been induced for the convenience of mothers and fathers, the convenience of physicians, and the innate wisdom of the baby's knowing, the prenate's knowing, and the mother's knowing is violated. Okay. Now, when that rhythm is broken and the mother loses her internal connection with herself and her own rhythm, she becomes more dependent on the outside, and it increases the probability for more interventions in the birth. The more interventions in the birth, the less reliant she is on her own internal knowing, the more reliant she is on the external world. Okay, now, what do we think the long-term effects of that are? Let's look at it. Okay, so that mom wants to nurse her baby. Everybody knows it's a good idea to breastfeed babies. Babies do better, their brains work better, their bodies work better when they breastfeed. We know that, that's proven fact, it's science. But when that same mother and baby, when the rhythm has been broken, have to establish the rhythm for breastfeeding, they have to do something so that repair happens, so that they can come into rhythm, to come into attunement with each other, so that the baby can come to the breast, open his or her little mouth, and surround the nipple and the areola to latch and to suck. That's necessary. Now, if that rhythm is broken, they have to reestablish the rhythm. There's a lot of repair that needs to occur between the mother and the baby. And if that doesn't happen, the mother's endorphins go down, her internal natural oxytocin goes down, she doesn't feel as good herself with her baby. Breastfeeding and nursing is designed to feel good, so that the mother is inclined to give nutrient and nurture the baby.